Hello everybody, my name is Glenn and welcome to Artwave 27. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different and a little bit out of the ordinary. So if you enjoy it, like it, share it, and subscribe. Thank you. So I am recording this while I am drawing. Generally my recordings that I do are done after the fact, sometimes in my car at work. So you'll probably be able to hear in the background the pen moving back and forth in my arm, sliding around on the paper. Anyhow, I wanted to record this while I'm drawing because my thoughts while I'm drawing this are really kind of what this is all about. And I kind of feel like this voiceover should be about what I'm drawing about because it's kind of important. And this is not just something that it's kind of cool that I'm drawing because people will enjoy watching me draw it or whatever. It's more of an artistic, out of my heart type thing, from my emotions, from my feelings. The idea behind this picture, if you can start to pick it out or see it here, is that it's talking about the duality of people. We all have opposing sides to us, inside of us, either through training or trauma or the fact that we're basically made of two different people and we carry the personalities of two different people inside of us. And whether you're raised by a person or not, you tend to carry their personality traits. So even if you're raised in a one-parent home because one of the parents are gone, you're still going to end up with personality traits from the missing one. And sometimes those personality traits don't mix real well. So I don't think we all acknowledge it very much. It crops up on occasion, this dual nature that we have that is sometimes opposing each other. And in the place where it touches your life, that's where you're going to notice the tension in yourself. And some people may not even realize what it is or why they're even feeling tension. Maybe it exhibits itself as, migraine headaches or, whatever, some sort of stress that people don't understand that they take out on, alcohol or children or drugs or whatever causes them to be trying to put that down. I'm choosing to illustrate these two opposing or two personality traits in my picture as light and dark, only because it's a good way to illustrate two different things, and it's visually impacting. It's in no way to indicate there's a good or bad, because I'm not really talking about good and bad. I'm not talking about good and evil. I'm not talking about right and wrong, because you can have two opposing viewpoints on something and it not be right and wrong. They're just different. So I'm gonna kind of discuss mine a little bit, though, and the one that's the most prevalent in my life right now, and especially in what I'm doing right now. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to jumpstart a art career. I've had an art career several times. I've thrown it away several times. I've lost it several times, and so I'm in the middle of jump-starting that thing right now, that art career. That's what this channel is all about. I've just recently decided that it's an artist video blog about my journey back to being an artist. So anyhow, what this one's talking about, this picture, and where it's kind of affecting me right now, what I'm kind of dealing with in this whole process of becoming an artist again and refining myself in that, is finding who I am in that. I've been an artist since I was like 4 years old, or been drawing anyway, and I took some art instruction schools in my mom's that my mom had books of, and I took them, and they were like college courses, and I went through those by the time I was 6 or 7, and that sparked my interest in studying artists. So I would see artists that I became like intrigued by, and so I would look them up and try to read about them when I got a little bit older and I could read. Leonardo was the very first. Mona Lisa was the painting that I fell in love with. I just thought she was, even at a young age, I thought she was just absolutely beautiful. And I was aware of him, and I studied about him, read about him, and then Van Gogh and other, Raphael, Michelangelo, and even some contemporary artists. My family moved around a lot, a lot. In fact, I'm pretty sure, I don't think I ever finished the same school I started in until I got into high school. And even then, I went to, I think, 3 different high schools throughout high school, but I did finish the year. But when I was younger, I never did. I don't think I ever finished the same school I started in. There was times when I was changed schools 3 or 4 times throughout the year. My way of integrating myself and making friends and getting people to be interested in me was to draw pictures. And I would draw pictures in class or whatever. I can't draw a picture, a Mona Lisa picture or, a Rembrandt picture or art. I can't draw, like art. So I'm drawing monsters and trucks and cars and Dracula and stuff like that, because then the boys are like, "Oh, that's cool. You're awesome. Wow." And then now I have a friend, so that was how I made friends. And it was like the thing that I did. And so that mechanism has followed me throughout my life. And now whenever I have a problem with my art, or if I'm trying to fit in somewhere, right now I'm trying to fit in to the YouTube channel, YouTube influencers situation, and trying to become a YouTube influencer or whatever, and trying to fit into a whole new world again. I've noticed that I'm reverting back to that. Like, you'll see some of my past videos, drawing Morbius or, whatever, something cool. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love comic book stuff. I think there's a place for it. And this is where I come into the duality situation, is that I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with drawing cool stuff. There really isn't. I mean, cool stuff is fun. Drawing cars is fun. Drawing Dracula is fun. Drawing, warrior knights and Mad Max type stuff. It's fun, and it has a place. There's a culture for it, and there's a need for it, and I think there's even a voice for it. But then again, there's another part of me that just really loves fine art, and there's a part of me that kind of struggles against the concept of just drawing something because it's cool, because it feels like I'm cheating or something. It feels like I'm doing something wrong, even though I'm not, because that's that duality part that I'm telling you about. It's the faces. That's where the duality comes in. It's like there's a part of me that feels guilty for drawing, things that are not fine art. And then there's a part of me that understands that those things are, necessary and good, and there's nothing wrong with them. And so I get this conflict inside of me, this struggle inside of me that kind of goes back and forth. It's like, there's no artistic relevance to drawing a Dracula. There's no, it's cheating your feelings. It's not, your emotions aren't in there. Art should be about your emotions, and that's the one voice that's inside my head that's arguing. And then the other side's like, no, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's a whole freaking culture of people that love that kind of stuff, and they get something out of it. And if they get something out of it, if art gives somebody something, it gives somebody whatever, something that's, good, then there's nothing wrong with it. If it inspires somebody, or if it makes them feel good in some sort of way, then art did its job, But then there's the whole other thing of like, well, art has a responsibility to a higher something or other, and art should be more than the sum of its parts, and art should express your inner desires and your inner feelings, and it should be this inner turmoil that's doing whatever, blah, 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 blah. And all of that is true. There's a truth to all that. So this image that you see is about me attempting to balance all that into something that makes sense. If you liked this video, please hit that thumbs up button down below, and subscribe, please. Thank you.